We feel Shea Theodore should be ranked better than the 15th best defenseman. How do you feel? He might have been in the top 10 if he didn't miss time from the Four Nations injury. We'll tell you why he should be ranked higher next on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Well, hi again, everyone. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Thank you for making us your first listen every day. Please subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel. Of course, make sure that you check us out and also download each and every episode wherever you get your podcast. I'm a longtime sportscaster, a marketing consultant, and the host of the Believe in Vegas podcast. This week's guest is Matt Traub of Sports Travel on the World Cup Draw right here in Las Vegas. And Chris is the owner of Silver State Cards and Sports and the collectibles editor for the Hockey News. Coming up ahead, VGK's Mount Rushmore. We'll talk about that. And the 25-hour open house at T-Mobile Arena, which they're bringing back for the first time since the inaugural season. But first, Shea Theodore ranked 15th, Chris, in the NHL Network's top 20 defenseman list, and that was released yesterday. I feel as though he should be a top 10 defenseman, scored a career best 57 points. He wasn't ranked at all a year ago, and Theodore missing those 15 games, had that broken wrist from the Four Nations. But what are your thoughts about where Shea Theodore is ranked?
I think it's an incredibly respectful ranking for Theodore, and you hit the nail on the head. Injuries, 67, 47, 55 total games in the last 3 seasons, right?
I thought you were talking about my measurements there.
Yes, very respectable. So no, I think this is a fine ranking for Shea Theodore. And when you look at the list of the top 10, I'm trying to see who maybe necessarily shouldn't be on the top 10 list. And I mean, you're not Rasmus Dahlin is where I'm fine. Roman Josi, I mean, Slavin and Bouchard, maybe that's one of the people that you can negotiate on a little bit here. But even players above him on the 11 through 14 side, I mean, I would know the stats of Harley, Sanderson, Forsling offhand. I think they're all a little bit better. And at the end of the day, I would say if Shea Theodore strings together, let's say, a 76-game season, I would say Theodore is comfortably in the top 8 with, and again, a broken record, but comfortably in the top 8 and Norris consideration.
Yeah, and to no one's surprise, Cal McCarr was again the number 1 defenseman. Zach Werenski with a bullet moves up to number 3 from last year's number 14. Jacob Slavin is very good in at number 8. And you mentioned a name there that I think Theodore, if you look at stats and everything else in the entire picture, much better, I feel, than Roman Josi. Josi played 53 games, minus 38 this past season.
I care about that.
I mean, minus 26, 38 points. 38 points and a minus 26. And I feel that that's, at least Theodore could have moved up a notch or two. And yeah, again, if he's healthy, I think he's now, you can say it, a top 10 defenseman in the league.
Oh, easily. I would put him higher, closer to top 8, top 7, even possibly, right outside that list of your, 5 or 6 elite defensemen. And Shea Theodore could be 2 or 3 healthy seasons away from joining the NHL's elite defenseman. And again, we're talking about someone whose defensive ability isn't necessarily up there with some of the, more traditional defensemen of the league, but that's this entire, top 10 list pretty much, right? I mean, it's a lot of points, a lot of scoring. Roman Josi, I think he's still riding last season's 85-point season, 59 the previous, 96 points in 21-22. I have to assume that was his Norris winning year. I don't know off the top of my head. So Yossi, I think
reputation bias there.
yeah, exactly. And puts you like this: if Yossi doesn't go 80 plus, it doesn't go 80 games and 60 points, he drops out of that top 10 easily this year. So, I mean, it's good to see Theodore getting that respect across the league. And like I said, we've been very high on him. I've been very high on what he does bring to the team, let alone what he can bring to the team when fully healthy. And you highlighted very well a couple episodes ago, maybe last week, about the fact that Pietrangelo had 30 plus points that are going to be spread out now amongst all the Vegas Golden Knights players, presumably mostly on the defensive side. And Noah Hannafin is one who should certainly eat up a lot of those points. And Shea Theodore can get a few as well.
Yeah. And last year, speaking of Hannafin, he was in the top 20. It's hard to imagine, right? A year ago, he came in ranked 18th. But as we know, he struggled, especially early on in the season, and he turned the puck over more than any other Golden Knight this past season. And Hannafin looking for a bounce back campaign.
For sure. And Noah Hannafin, with respect to this list here, what is Hannafin's contract? It's a 7.3. So he's, as far as his pay, he's in the top 30 of NHL defensemen across the NHL, 33 to be exact. And you said he was on the list last year, Tony?
Yeah, ranked number 18 last year.
So that's a concern now. Lane Hudson, Brock Faber, a couple really good up and coming defensemen. Of course, Lane Hudson, the Calder winner, and Brock Faber doing great things in Minnesota. So, but you would like to maybe, and again, it's people just putting stuff out there, but you would like to see more respect earned, not given, but Noah Hannafin earn more respect and to possibly get it back into this top 20 for next season's. If the Golden Knights have two defensemen up there with the loss of Pietrangelo, that's pretty substantial heading into the 26-27 year, and that would bode well for the results of the 25-26 year. And you have to wonder how Hannafin will shake out as far as minutes played, as far as more touches on the puck, as far as more responsibility. I mean, that journeyman number one D role is available for the taking right now. Pietrangelo, yes, injury issues. We don't need to rehash all that, but 20 plus minutes a game, no questions asked. Does Hannafin slide into that role? I think the answer is yes. Does he do a good job of it? We're going to find out. Shea Theodore will get some of those minutes, and Braden McNabb will follow along. And obviously a big opportunity for Zach Whitecloud to take on a bigger role and bigger responsibility.
And Korzak also, of course, will probably.
I cut off Korzak because I just want he doesn't need the pressure. Let's just get him 17 minutes a game, and hopefully he does a good, responsible job. And then later in the season, we can work on elevating him a little bit.
Guys like Sergachev, and then you mentioned Lane Hudson, Brock Faber, first time appearing in the top 20. And
Fox feels somewhat low, Tony, doesn't he? I don't know.
Well, Adam Fox, I was going to talk about, he dropped from number 8 last year to number 16. So they just sort of a forgotten man.
I mean, okay 61 points last year, 73, 72, 74. Is he really fallen off that much?
Yeah.
Or the other players just been that much better?
Yeah, there might be better. No, he should be ranked higher. Yes. And of course, when your team is stinking it up there, of course, maybe that's a factor consideration too. A name that's pretty interesting on that list, Jake Sanderson. He's ranked ahead of Theo too. They had comparable stats, 57 points. He even played 80 games, and they moved him up to number 13, the Ottawa defenseman. So I found that to be a little interesting.
Yeah, looking at the stat line, like
Theo
should
be ranked higher. That's why I still think that he should be ranked higher.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. I mean, Sanderson, 3 years in the NHL, 236 games, 127 points, 57 last year in 80 games. Very comparable, but the points per game output was stronger for Shea Theodore. But again, we're talking points. We're not talking defensive metrics and things like that. Although Sanderson was a minus 14 last year. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe just because it's the games played and the reliability factor.
You know how much I hate Mount Rushmore list. Well, when we return, we'll have EGKs. Mount Rushmore list.
Good
Right
segue.
here on Lockdown Golden Knights. Today's episode is brought to you by Yahoo Fantasy. It's the best time of year. NFL kickoff is almost here, and that means fantasy football season is back in full swing. And this year, Yahoo Fantasy is turning things up with a fantasy football experience like never before. And this year, myself and Golick might be doing this here, Yahoo Fantasy.
I'm in
And
at
you
least
should
one
too.
Yahoo Run League, maybe more.
And you should also, whether you're a first timer or a veteran making your millionth league, what have you, it is really fun. And Chris has used Yahoo Fantasy for years. And the updates they're rolling out this month are wild in a good sort of way. One of the favorite features there is the new guillotine league. Sorry. They have guillotine leagues, and that just dropped every week. The lowest scoring team is relegated. No, they're eliminated.
They're relegated too. Absolutely.
Yeah. And the last one standing wins. To celebrate 28 years of fantasy football greatness, Yahoo Fantasy is dropping 28 big new features over 28 days throughout the month of August. To kick it off, they just dropped Yahoo Fantasy Guillotine Leagues and a killer new way to play fantasy football on Yahoo, where the lowest scoring team gets eliminated each week, and there's one team left standing. With the season around the corner, now is the time to get your league together and to give this new mode a try. Stay tuned for more killer announcements and start playing Yahoo at yahoofantasy.com/lockedon. That's yahoofantasy.com/lockedon NFL. All right, we got that straight now. Welcome back. Lockdown Golden Knights, Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick from Las Vegas. We appreciate you making us your first listen. Were you on a hockey fantasy show?
I was, yes. And the nature was discussing Vegas Golden Knight players as far as what their fantasy
Their
fantasy
value
hockey
is?
life. There we go. Fantasy hockey life is the show.
Okay.
I go on, and this is my fourth year doing it. I give a Golden Knights preview, but with respect to the fantasy aspect of a lot of the players, and we talk about over-unders and which players were likely to hit 40 points. We did a segment, not a segment, but I guess a moment maybe. It was 3 players, William Karlsson, Brett Howden. I forgot who the third player was, but who's most likely to get more points. It was a combo of players versus William Karlsson. I took the William Karlsson side, and yeah, a lot of fun. Check it out. It's a Fantasy Hockey Life. You can go there, and I think it's one of their most recent posts.
This past week, Bleacher Report, they come out with naming every team's Mount Rushmore of the quarter century, even though VGK played a third of a quarter
They get a
century.
dime of the quarter.
They still named the top 4 for VGK, and they are Marc-Andre Fleury,
Agree.
former winger Jonathan Marchessault,
Agree.
defenseman Shea Theodore, getting a lot of pub today, and centerman Jack Eichel. For once in one of these polls, and again, I just despise Mount Rushmore polls, but I agree with this poll. You do not.
Did I not hear Mark Stone's name?
That's a name that's missing. Correct.
My order of Mount Rushmore, if we're going to go as far as importance, left to right, Marc-Andre Fleury, I'll talk about him in a second. First captain, Mark Stone. How is Mark Stone not up there? Marchessault, his accolades, obviously. And then Jack Eichel is the team's first superstar, who is a big part of bringing the Stanley Cup. But yeah, if you're going to do some write-in votes after that, now I'm going to go Riley Smith and Derek England. I'm not even putting Shea Theodore in the top 7.
England.
For the importance that he brought to the team. So starting with England, one of the first things that England was responsible for, and yes, we know his speech, during the 1 October tragedy and everything, and the onus he took in supporting the community. But Derek England and his family were largely responsible for helping all the Golden Knight players get acclimated when they came to Vegas. very few people have ever set foot in Vegas, outside of the Strip and downtown Fremont Street, which only has one E and not two E's apparently.
Thank you.
And no one even knew Summerlin existed or what the nicer areas were and the shopping and everything. And England and his wife did a great job in helping everyone get settled in. So just a big part of planting the roots of the Vegas Golden Knights, Derek England and his family have a large responsibility for.
Okay, I think they went primarily, though, Chris, not on the full picture there, but
Of course,
more
'cause
so
no one knows the
stats,
full picture of
statistics.
Vegas. No one knows the full picture of Vegas, and that's
But
fine.
they went based on statistics, and you have Marc-Andre Fleury, 116, 67, and 16, 928 save percentage here. Off the charts when you think about everything else, and sadly, the way that everything ended here. But Fleury, again, he should get the statue out in front. No, we're not going to go there.
No, listen, Marc-Andre
every year
Fleury,
another
I do
player
want to
is going to
highlight.
be, and we have a new player that's supposed to have their statue erected in front of T-Mobile. Go ahead.
Who's that?
No, every year there's somebody.
Oh,
new.
fair enough. I thought you had a scoop about a
It's got to
bronze
be
statue
Marner
going
in
up
the
or
end, but
something.
that's okay. That we'll save that for Monday.
No, so Marc-Andre Fleury, just anytime I can talk about the importance of him, and when it comes to athletes and their role in helping the city and everything as far as growing a team, Marc-Andre Fleury is one of the best athletes, not in the NHL, but in the world. He was my first professional athlete interaction in Vegas one random day at a golf thing that was set up behind Bally's in Planet Hollywood, the major series of putting. So the story goes in a nutshell. I was an employee of Caesars Entertainment. I got to go out there and test it out before the event opened. And Marc-Andre Fleury happened to be out there with Will Carrier, who I didn't even recognize at the time because who knows who Will Carrier was. And I got to have just a short interaction with Marc-Andre Fleury, where I thought it was going to be short. And it was after he got his concussion against the Wings in season 1, like 4 or 5 days later. I just said, hey, good to meet you. Appreciate what you're doing for the city and everything, and hope you're healing well. And instead of it being, oh, thank you, bro, and he just walks away, he took the time to explain, yeah, he's still having all these headaches. When the lights are out, he has a hard time, and everything. And it turned into like probably a 10 to 12 minute just conversation of just two guys BSing about things and stuff like that. And it's just a reminder of how important these personal interactions are with, celebrities and sports figures and everything, and the effect it can have on people. And that's the effort that Marc-Andre Fleury gave every single minute of his life as a Vegas Golden Knight player. Just amazing for the community. And you wish every player can strive to be like a Marc-Andre Fleury or a Riley Smith or even a Ryan Reeves as far as the Vegas community is concerned.
So your first interaction was not with Phil Kessel, the hot dog eating contest? No.
Kessel was a gem. Kessel loves the sports cards. We've had many pleasant interactions over sports cards.
Of course, Jonathan Marchessault, Mr. Conn Smythe, and Jack Eichel comes to VGK after when he had that dangerous neck operation that Buffalo wouldn't allow him to have.
Dangerous, but yeah.
Well, it was the first time, I guess, or second time for any
Buffalo's a bunch of pansies.
They wanted UFC, I think a UFC fighter had that.
If a UFC fighter can handle it, a hockey player can too. That's no disrespect to either side of that.
And then Mark Stone, odd man out again.
Yeah, no, that's wrong.
He seems to be like an invisible man, kind of like me, the captain. But again, you think he would replace Shea Theodore on that Mount Rushmore list?
How do you not have the first captain? Like it's not like this is a ceremonious thing where they just randomly took a veteran player and said you're the captain. Mark Stone earned the captain stripes, and he does Mark Stone puts as much into being a captain as Marc-Andre Fleury does in the community as far as just being a positive influence. He takes it extremely seriously, and I don't know how you rank the best captains among the NHL. Everyone's going to probably vote for their captain, but Stone has to be one of the best captains in the entire league. There's no doubt about that.
Coming up next, VGK has its doors open for 25 hours straight starting today. They want to stir up some interest in the team. They want to sign up some more season ticket holders. I'm sure Chris will have something to say because it involves season ticket holders. More ahead right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they are worth, whether it's 401ks, of course, investments, what have you. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. And that's why Monarch Money, it's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or on your phone, which I'm on right now. And Monarch does all the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally, you could feel in control of all your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. And you can link all of your accounts together, which is really good. And Monarch makes it simple to review all of your finances. If you have a partner, you can both see the budgets, the goals, the spending activity all in one place. Don't let financial opportunity slip through the cracks. Use that promo code LOCKEDONNHL at monarchmoney.com and do it in your browser for half off of your first year. Again, use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL, 50% off of the first year at monarchmoney.com. Welcome back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights from Las Vegas. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick reporting. We appreciate you making us your first listen every day. I think scheduled tonight, on my schedule, headed out to the Las Vegas ballpark. It's 90s night, and our good friend Dave said, make sure that you wear something from the 90s. I said, that's my entire wardrobe. That's the entire.
Swear white, Tony. Which one's singing the national anthem?
So that's Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys. But I'm going out to see my homie, throwing out the first pitch tonight. Mixmaster Mike from the Beastie Boys.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've known him for 20 years, so I'm pretty excited. He has a house here and in LA. I know him and his wife who manages everything, and I'm excited to see him tonight. So we were messaging each other yesterday and really looking forward to that. And I got a little intel. The guy said he went out and practiced. So you very rarely see this. But again, these people at a different level. So he goes out and he's been practicing his first pitch. They said the windup doesn't look good, but the end result, he was throwing strikes. So
I'm gonna put a minus 150 at a one hopper and minus 250 it's a ball.
If I'm correct, VGK did a 24-hour marathon. You like how I shifted there?
Yeah, that was a very good segue, Tony. Very, very clean.
Yeah, that was so awesome. There's this 24-hour marathon like VGK did in the inaugural campaign of 2017. Remember that?
Which I went to, and it was absolutely awesome.
It was awesome. Okay, you're going to have to tell us why. So it starts at noon on Thursday. The doors at T-Mobile will be open. Fans can go inside, and they could pick out their locations for season tickets. And the first thing that came to mind was, are they struggling with season ticket sales? I know you want to drum up some excitement for the season. And again, it's going to be a terrific year if Eichel gets the extension signed. But
they need to sell some more season tickets to get some more money.
But they're going to be really high, of course. Now, the rate there of those season tickets has gone up, I'm sure, exponentially. But yeah, do they need to get more season ticket holders, and why?
Maybe. I mean, number one, this is where I'm thankful for being in since day one. My tickets are beyond reasonable, so that I am very thankful for with the Golden Knights. And number two, yes, there was an open house back in the 2017-2018 inaugural season. And it was literally just walk in, walk around, check out the arena, full freedom, go anywhere you wanted, which was pretty cool. And I sandbagged a couple of spots and wound up getting a spot pretty close to, my desired location and everything. Tickets were $25 a ticket in 2017, 2018, by the way. $25 a ticket. And not to get too personal, I'm not much over $40 a ticket right now. It's absolutely insane.
That's still a steal. That's a steal.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, the Golden Knights, they did an amazing job taking care of the people on the ground floor with this team. There's no doubt about that. So the difference with this one, number one, kudos to the VGK marketing team, right? It's 25 hours, not 24 hours. I don't know what the reasoning is, but that gets your attention, it gets you talking right there. So that's good, number one. And like you said, I think this is a different year and a little more challenging year as far as selling tickets and everything goes. Number one, there are concerns about people coming, crossing the borders and people traveling from out of town and stuff like that. There's been, Vegas has been in the news lately about being much more expensive to go to and stuff like that. So now the Golden Knights are, trying to reach out to the locals a little bit better, maybe than they have in the past, and drum up a little bit of interest. There's going to be giveaways every hour and just a free kind of fun roaming experience around T-Mobile. And lesson number one in sales, I guess, everyone that walks through that door, is a buyer, whether it's going to be a new season ticket possible member or whether it's an existing season ticket member looking to make a change. I might actually sneak down there with my kids tonight. I think they'd have a fun time just roaming around. And this is going to be a good event. And Golden Knights, they're bringing their A game heading into the 25-26 season as far as marketing goes.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you would be attending.
Depends on my work today. I'm starting early, so if I'm done and just want to get out, I think we're going to go, but we'll see how the night goes.
So the existing season ticket holders could put their names in for drawings where you could win some good prizes, right? I think so. Yeah.
See, current season ticket members that attend will have exclusive access to special experiences and prize drawings. Current members who purchase it. What's that?
What does that mean? Like exclusive experiences? What
I don't know.
would you do?
Find out if we go, I guess.
Go
current
into
members
the locker room, maybe.
The locker room is sacred. That's what they tell you when you do the hide tour. It's sacred. No one gets to go in there. But
oh, geez.
It's fine. They got
okay,
like
okay.
that. Giveaways. Let's see.
We could sneak in there someday.
Oh, yeah. I've been there a bunch of times. Current members who purchase additional tickets, upgrade their seat locations, add new packages, will receive bonus awards, part of the limited time celebration. There's hourly giveaways for everybody. Top of each hour, single game tickets, player signed items, gift cards, and much, much more right there. So, and the Armory is going to be 25% off. So it's going to be fun. I mean, this seems like a nice event. And if you've considered, Vegas, even if you're not going to, bite the bullet of a 4 or 5 figure financial commitment, but you want to get a chance to experience T-Mobile and maybe just drum up some interest for yourself for going to a game, I think it'd be a lot of fun to go check out, and you should go.
Yeah, I've got a feel for the intern and the game day staff and all those people that are going to be pulling some long shifts here over the next day plus. And it is a 3-shift town, which a lot of people forget about, right? Because you will get people that get off of their shift late at night and then
if I was still working like swing shift, like when I was working at Bally's, Planet Hollywood in Paris and all that, get off at 1 a.m. and just go down there. And I mean, how cool it'd be to be in an arena at 1:32 in the morning when there's probably gonna be 30 people walking around there. It's one of those things like you don't get to do here. Just a couple of events to highlight here. At 5 o'clock, there's a premium product showcase. Business leaders around town you can interact with. There's something at 10 o'clock at Hyde, live DJ set and everything. There's a yoga thing at 6 a.m. you can do, and then coffee with a coach. Doesn't say what coach it is. It's not going to be Gerard Gallant, but coffee with a coach at 7:30 in the morning, where you can talk live conversation with a member of the VGK coaching staff. It says live conversation with a member, so it sounds like it's TBA. I think they're trying to see who's in town and doesn't have a tea time early on Friday morning at Bears Best or something.
They should have had the pajama party overnight. I could have broken out my VGK onesie there. That would have been exciting. They're selling the season tickets. They're selling the premium ticket. Look at that face. Premium seating.
And there'll be signs like on the actual spots that have tickets available. It'll tell you how much it is and everything. So it's very transparent. And I wonder if I'm going to get there and see if my seats have a price tag on them. That'd be interesting.
What do you think?
Maybe I didn't get a memo. It threw me out.
What do you think the lowest priced or most affordable season ticket per game might cost now?
It's
$1.25?
I would think $60 is probably the minimum to sit 60. Like in my area.
Oh, okay. That's still not bad. I thought maybe it was.
Yeah, but I mean 60 times 40, 24, $5,000. I mean, it's
yeah.
So
no, it's still expensive. Yeah,
it's a big commitment, but yeah.
We appreciate everyone tuning in. Tomorrow is WTF Day around here. I know already. So make sure that you fire away with your comments. It's always a lot of fun. Sometimes on Saturdays, the Chris and Chris Jr. Show. And we appreciate everyone tuning in from around the globe. For my man, Chris Golick, I am Tony Cardasco from Las Vegas. We'll see you tomorrow right here. And make sure that you take care